let's review this before. So, what are the three things that categorize unemployment?
Retirement, age above 16, and looking for a job, I think.
We have that, and what is the BLS?
Bureau of Labor something.
Statistics.
Status or something?
Statistics, yes. So it's basically the statistics of labor, and it's a bureau that handles it. So what are the two types of unemployment? Alex?
So if they get forced out of their job,
There are two types of unemployment. It's about people who are skilled and people who are not skilled.
so the not skilled people will be unemployed because they're not skilled enough to do the work.
Yep. And what's the other type?
Of an unemployment.
Yes.
So if they get kicked out of the job because of their actions.
Yeah. There's frictional unemployment, which is people searching for a job, and they are unemployed for a relatively short time, and structural unemployment, which is a lack of skills, people searching but not qualified or not even searching, and they are affected by shifts in society. And so both of them add to the natural rate of unemployment. By the way, the healthy rate of unemployment is 15%. Also, a little extra, can anybody give me examples of frictional unemployment and structural unemployment, or people that would be in that category?
Robots driving taxis.
So how would that, think of a scenario of a person, a single person.
Oh, my bad. What was it, frictional? I forgot.
Frictional, or you can do either.
What's this? Structural. You don't have any skill. Like, say, you want to get into
structural, or okay. So what would be an example? Let's say Bob. He's in structural unemployment. What's he like?
He doesn't have any skills.
So
he's not qualified.
What does he do?
Try to find a job that he's good at.
And can you find any?
I mean, maybe no.
Well,
you just try get.
I mean, there's McDonald's. You don't need to have skills to say, would you like fries with your burger? But you do need to be able to talk to people, and memorize. Yeah, and memorize. So how long has he been unemployed for then, if he's structural? Is he employed for a long time, or has he been unemployed for a short time, or has he been unemployed for a long time?
I don't.
It's if he's structural, then he's been up for a long time because he can't find any jobs.
Yeah.
Can anybody give me examples of frictional unemployment? A person?
Someone who has been working for a long time and has a short unemployment period.
Mhm. So does he have any skills?
He has skills.
Like what?
Has like skills from his previous job.
Uh-huh.
Like
So
if his
mhm.
previous job was fixing bicycles, he has a skill for fixing bicycles.
Yeah. So what if bicycles now fix themselves? What type of unemployment would he become?
He would become structural unemployment.
Yeah, exactly. So let's continue. So why shouldn't the unemployment rate be at 0%?
Let's say like if someone were to open a new business and like they would have nobody to hire since everybody's all employed.
Exactly. And so what would happen if the unemployment rate was at 0?
Like then like sometimes people will hire too many people and the workspaces will be overcrowded, or like the interview stuff will be like too many people are lining up for interview and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You added some more details as well. So next, recessions. What happens during a recession?
So there's like the economy just like taking a hit because of some kind of event.
Mhm. Putting COVID aside, what else could make an event be that event?
A war.
Exactly. So what happens during a recession?
Like people lose their jobs and like stuff becomes cheaper, I think.
Uh-huh. So the answer is divorce, unemployment, and general unhappiness. People are generally unhappy. Recession also gives opportunities. So what is an example of a business that single-handedly turns around a recession? Could you give me an example? Just don't use the cupcake shop.
Oh, as something like uh computers.
How would that turn around a recession?
Because like a lot of people are using it and it's giving jobs.
Yeah. So it's making people, it's giving people jobs. So that is an example of a business that turns around a recession, but doesn't place it right back into one, like the cupcake example. Can anybody sum up the cupcake example? It's okay if you don't, I can sum it up for you again.
Okay.
Well, Tim, could you do it?
It starts with someone selling cupcakes and getting a loan from the bank, and then everyone else started to get a loan to create their own cupcake shop, and then the bank gives out too much loans, and then a recession starts again.
Good job. So that's how the business cycle works. And so things like computers, which everybody is going to use, which is like important. Everybody uses it nowadays. People did not know what the word computer was 100 years ago. Well, I mean, I think they did. but that only happens once in a while. So both of them are very good examples. So can you guys think of examples of recessions, things that may impact recessions or cause them?
A stock market crash.
Uh-huh. And now I can call on somebody else.
Something, a
Oh.
big company going down.
Yeah, you can pick the next person.
Or maybe like a bank becoming bankrupt or something.
Like a big bank becoming bankrupt. That happened before. It's called the Great Depression. You can call on somebody else.
Yeah.
Anything that could make a recession happen.
Like a government crisis.
Exactly.
Maybe maybe the government like stops selling like things people need.
Yeah, that is also a reason. How about a shift in society? I'll start off and then I'll choose somebody to say shift in society. We'll do the same thing. So a shift in society could be the invention of the wheel, which basically no longer needed heavy pulling, only light pulling. So people who had very, very strong horses had to look somewhere else. Next,
Yeah.
could you give an example of a shift in society?
If people disagreed that money was worth something.
Like how?
Like they realized that money was just paper.
I mean, it is fancy paper, and many people agree to it, but yes.
Yeah. So a shift in society, maybe the government starts to print money because they're running out of it, and inflation.
Well, how would inflation impact skills becoming useless?
Maybe the invention of cars.
Yeah, that could be yours.
Then we don't need horsemen to
Exactly.
drag to drive to like ride the horses and like control them.
Yep, exactly. So when the car was invented, people who drove horse wagons had to look somewhere else for a job. You can now call on somebody else.
Maybe like cranes being invented.
Crayons? How would that?
Cranes.
What? Oh, trains.
No, cranes.
Could you type that in the chat?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Cranes, like the thing that lifts heavy
Yeah.
things in the air.
Oh, cranes, yes. And how would that impact jobs?
Like those people who, or those animals or people who may have used to do those could be like unemployed or something.
Yeah. Cranes were actually invented in the medieval times. So they used to use horses and big trees to do that stuff.